Hello everyone, you are welcome back to House of Ada, and in today's video I'll be sharing with you how to draft a pattern and cut a princess dart like this together with the back pattern. Sit down, relax, and we go straight into the video. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing and give this video a thumbs up. Let's dive straight into the video. To draft the pattern, I'm going to give you, this is my fabric. I folded it into two. This is it. I'm using my cotton lining because it's going to save you the stress of wasting material, and you don't have to cut on the cotton or on a paper. You just cut on your lining. And here I mark out 1 inch, and this is going to be your shoulder. This is my shoulder line. Make sure that is equal. So this 1 inch here is my shoulder line. I place my tape. Some people 8 is their armhole, or say armpit, and some is 9. And my waist, I'm going to make it 15. This is 15, and the half length is going to be 2 inches away from the waist, which is 17, and I'm putting 18 as my seam allowance. I extend the lines so you can know what I am doing. Your neckline can be 3 by 3. If it's 3 by 3, it's going to be short. Like me, I want to make it down to 5 here, so it's going to be 5 for me here and 3.5. So by the time I finish making the neck is 4. But I don't want the neck to be square, so it's going to be a U neck. If you want a square neck, you can leave it like this, but for me, I want it like U. So I'm going to make it 5.5 there. And my shoulder is 16, which is 8, and I'm going to add half an inch. So by the time I finish sewing is 8 there, and I take it down to my armhole. But like you know, your armhole is not square in shape, you have to curve it in. And because the front part is not straight like this, you have to bring it in half an inch in like this, and to this place, half an inch inward, no more than half an inch because it's the front. And your shoulder, you slant it. This is my shoulder line, and this is my half an inch sewing allowance. And to the front here, to cut my princess cut, my princess dart. So my nipple length is 10 here, and my under bust, the under bust is the area under your bust, not exactly your waist. My under bust is here 14.5, and this is my half length still. So to cut your princess dart, you come to your nipple length. My nipple length, the nipple length is from the point of one nipple to the other nipple, so you measure it correctly in order to have your exact measurement. And my own is 8 plus half an inch seam allowance, and I'm going to cut like that here, 4 plus 4.5. And the same way I'm going to do it like that on my half length here. So here I'm going to measure my bust. My bust is 40 into 4 is 10. Under bust is 33 into 4 is 8.2 here, because you have to measure the area exactly under your bust so that is well fitted and make the cup here to cup very well. And my waist is 35 by 4 is 8.8 is here. To this place you are going to be adding 3 inches. So 1 inch we are going to take that out here, and there is for your seam sewing allowance. I have 3 here, you add 3 here, you add 3 here, we'll be leaving, and this is the shape. So I place tape from my shoulder line. So here I'm going to mark 4 inches here, and I'm going to connect it to this line straight down like this. Remember, this one is straight already. From that 4 you mark 2 inches to the breast point here. I'm going to slant it, and here I'm going to take away 2 and take away 2 here. So this is what you will have, and from this cup you dot it till it comes to this place. So you see what you have taken out here, and here is what we have added here, the 2 inches we have taken out. So I'm going to make it curved. If it's pointy, it's going to be faulty after sewing. This is your princess cut here. What I will do now is to slant this area so that by the side it comes in. Remember, this is your under bust, and this is your arm, and this is the shoulder line, and this is your breast point, your under bust, and this the waist line. Before you cut it off, it just happens like after cutting this area is going to be smaller, so you add in half an inch to make it the same with the upper part here. This is your half an inch. You now add it here, and I will cut off all these areas. This is the front. I set it aside. To make the back pattern, you repeat the guideline you gave on the front side, but first of all I'm going to be marking out zip allowance, and I'm going to make it 2. So from the beginning here I will extend 2. Remember, I folded my fabric, my cotton lining, into 2 for easy sewing, and I mark out the 2 inches off. I'm going to mark off 1 inch like I did on the front side, but there's going to be a little different at the back. This is my shoulder line, and I leave the 1 inch, and I give my 8 inches arm length, my 15 waist, and the half length. Instead of making it 18 like I did on the front, I'm going to make it 17, half an inch off. With it was 17 in front with half an inch, with 1 inch 18, so here is going to be 16 with 1 inch 17, and I extend the line for easy recognition. My shoulder is 16 into 2, 8 plus half an inch. I extend it. In front, you noticed I went in with half an inch, but at the back I won't do that because your back is bigger. So I just curve in this, just that, and my neck is still 3.5, and because I like V-neck at the back, I'm just going to make it down to 8. So it's 3.5. By the time I finish sewing, it's 4. And this is how I do my V-neck. So I don't just do like V, I make it like it's like U, and I come down gentle V. So there's a shape it gives at the back of your clothes. my bust 40 into 4, 10, waist 33 into 4, 8.2, and my half length 8.7. So you see the back. If I'm to do my normal, remember here I carved it at the other side, so you do the same. You bring it in by half an inch, just like I did. But here what I'm going to do is, just like I did in front, this one I'm going to still mark 4 and a half, 4 and a half. But because there is no curve at the back, there is no bust at the back, it's going to be a different one. So if I'm to do my just normal old pattern of that, the regular that you see in the dresses, so what I would do is just to curve here, and I just do my normal that, and I curve here and I do this. But this is a princess that, so I come in here, I make it 4 just like I did in front, and I connect it to this place. Don't mind this line, please. And because there is no breast point at the back, so this is what I'm going to do here, half an inch. I'll just take this down, so when I cut you will see it properly. And to my shoulder, I'm going to slant it because the shoulder is not straight. And to avoid the bulging out of the zip at the back, so you do like this. So 1 inch at the center, at the waist, make it 1, and here 1.5, here too 1.5. This is how you take out that bag bulging out of the zip. And I'm going to cut. Remember, your shoulder is here. This is my half an inch, so I'm going to cut off here. And when you cut here as well, you increase here, because eventually it's going to go up. And here you add in only 2 inches, because what we took out is not much. So you have 1 inch off here, 1 inch off. 1 inch is your sewing allowance. You already have your zip allowance here, so remember that, bear that in mind. If you are enjoying this video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel for more videos. So as you can see, what we took is just 1 inch from this place, and that is it. So this is the cutting part. I'm going to link the second part of this video in the description or on the screen, so you can go and see how to pad your princess cut. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you in my next video.